What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? Coming back at y'all from that posting I did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And in reference to that city agency that did all that illegal stuff. This is in reference to Department of Buildings and their nonsense. All right? Let's cut right into this real good. Right? You can't break the law to enforce the law. And what I'm saying about that is that, you know, like I said yesterday, you have property A and you have property B. Property A is doing the illegal activity, which is causing injury. Now, because property A is using its property as a self-service storage facility, which is in violation of subsection 182, self-service storage agency under New York. All right. Also, it's in violation of R5 and R6 in the residential zone. So if you parking vehicles there, it's a no-no. All right? We're going to go to the fact of how the individual was parking vehicles there for years. I was unaware of this. I was unaware of it. You know, we take it in the hood as it's normal. You know, they can park there. It's a normal thing. It's not. So even when you buy the property from the city, all right, and it's a lot, the city tells you under their corporate compliance and which will bring about their corrective and preventive actions. So they're going to basically tell you what it is and what you cannot do with said property. So the individual's like, oh, I'm just going to use it for a rec area. Fine. But you cannot park motor vehicles in there. All right. In order to park vehicles in there, you basically have to go to the borough president's office and get a permit. And that has to be registered with Department of Transportation. Yeah, those lots have to be registered with them. Now, since that hasn't been done, okay, to go ahead to park vehicles there will bring about your own gross negligence. So the response would be the city of New York to respond, and they will basically write summonses, or supposed to be issuing summonses via Department of Buildings. Because when you call NYPD says we really don't do nothing with that. And I understand it because they're looking at it like it's not a crime. Okay? So basically, Department of Buildings would deal with that. And and Housing Preservation, they would deal with that. So they would issue the summonses. We're going to go to the fact, and I love using the facts, based on it, where the injury was caused. Now, I want you to understand what's an injury. An injury is an act or omission. The omission is something that somebody failed to do. And basically, if they failed to do as far as in their job description, or failed to do by law. Okay. The individual started parking there since the 80s. Never was issued a summons. My argument is they was never issued a summons. It's simple. You can go online and pull up the doggone lot and you'll see they was never issued a summons. So my question is, how are you going to issue the summons to the individual who was injured? Based on your gross negligence. Meaning you were supposed to issue the property owner of A summonses for the gross negligence or violations under the city code of Department of Buildings. You're supposed to issue the summonses for that, but you failed to do that. You failed to do that, right? Brings about what? When did you get caught for that bribery? What's that? 2015? You know, it was supposed to be like 50 building inspectors, but yet still it was something like 16 city employees. I like that fact. I like that because, you know, I like working with the monster. You know what I'm saying? And I don't play. I'm not playing with you. I'm going to use my law enforcement skills against you. And in doing so, here was that list, okay, of those Department of Buildings. As you can see right here, it says issuing inspectors. Think I'm playing? I'm not playing. It says it right there, issuing inspectors, right? And some of these guys issued out these illegal summonses. I got a couple of these guys that issue out three, like 1252. You know what I'm saying? 1252 issued out. No. Let's go. It's 2725. 2725 issued out 3. And then we got 2883. They issued out 3. You know? So after you make the first punishable instrument, because you're not writing it to the individual that's causing it, you wrote it to a victim. How did you get to write that summons? You know, like, how did you get in the lot to write that summons? Because you had to go through Lot A to get to write that summons, to get to observe the property and say, I'm going to write the summons for Lot B. So if you came in through Lot A, that would be in conjunction, wouldn't it be? See, one of your summonses is written that way. It's written that way in conjunction with Lot A. But then all of a sudden, y'all start saying, no, we're just going to put it on B. We're going to put it on the victim because now their property's down. Everything's this and that. We can just throw them under the bus. You wrote the summons, I'm going to throw you under the bus. You use your inspector skills, I'm going to use my law enforcement skills against you. Real quick. Offer an instrument for filing on the record with false written statement. That's what? 21045? That's Class A misdemeanor. You're a public servant, right? Yeah. Official misconduct as a public servant, 19500, right? You filed that instrument on the record, right? Offer instrument for filing with false written statement, 17530. So you wrote it 3 times. A few of them wrote it 3 times. You know, the next time you write that, it's 17535. You know that's a Class E felony? Yeah. Let's go down there to what's that, Department of Finance? With all of this fraudulent nonsense going on. These improprieties. You failed to issue the person that was causing the action or causing the injury summonses. What up, bruh? You failed to issue them summonses. You were supposed to issue them a summons. You have yet to issue them a summons. Yes, I have the document. Yes, I'm going to hang you on that document. On your gross negligence, your gross misconduct, your abuse of your authority, your breach of contract, your crime of omission because you wrote me a summons. How you going to break the law to try to enforce the law? You better clear that up. This is why the doggone insurance company ain't doing nothing because of what you was doing. You, representatives of the city of New York working for Department of Buildings. They knew you were supposed to issue summonses, but nobody wanted to do what they were supposed to do, right? You know the insurance. And you're just like, oh, well, he's by himself. We're going to put him in injury. I'm glad you put me in injury because now all I got to do is sit up here every day. Learn law on a different level, baby. You got these lawyers talking about, oh, it's too late and this and that. It's nothing to it. Oh, the contract is 6 years. Contract is 6 years, right? Mm-hmm. So what is it when you basically deprive me of a right? That falls under that U.S. Code 42, right? Yeah. You deprive me of my right and my privileges as a homeowner. I'm going to go there. I went to one of my representatives. I went to their office. Cool dude. You know what I'm saying? He contacted Department of Buildings. We on the phone with Department of Buildings, and you can hear this guy. He's cocky, like, oh, you never called us. So if an average cop see a crime being committed, do you have to get a radio call to basically deal with that crime, or do he pick it up? Because in your case, your Department of Buildings vehicles was issuing summonses to a building right across the street from this lot. And before the owner put up the boards on the after where you can't see inside the lot, He was able to visually see it for years. The illegal parking. The illegal park. What do you call it? Over the curb? Over the curb parking? You failed to deal with that, right? This is the city of New York. This will fall under the mayor. Yes, this will fall under the mayor. How you gonna let these people stay in places, then they're gonna force people into injury? Nah, man, it's time to clean this up. I've been in here a little too long playing your game, and what y'all do is y'all just try to wait the person out in the whole 9 yards. How y'all do that is when the people want to put it on record, y'all delay. What's up, sis? How you doing? What up, bro? How you doing? I'm blowing them up. You see I'm rocking the colors. Let's get it real. Let me go to the family. I got a blast from the Queen, First Lady, and she was saying it's the brother's birthday. So, we had to do that video shot. So I just completed my video shot, and as it was uploading, I started doing my research in that. And yesterday said I was going to get those guys on their actions, and that's what I did. So I'm sitting here, and I basically got the document up where all their numbers was listed. And I came up with their numbers, and I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be in my jump off, high rollers, right? Right? But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Can't keep a brother down. You can't keep me down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back on. And I'm back on, straight up. You know what I'm saying? What happened to me was basically like rape. I got one side of it from the job from a bully. You know what I'm saying? He bullied me on the job. You can't beat him down, because when you go to beat him down, they're going to try to arrest you and fire you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you say, well, I got the union's going to back me, and the union don't back me. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go in, they both of them are working the same way. They're working on statute of limitations to expire. And once the statute of limitations expire, you're supposed to lose. Wrong. Under U.S. Code 42, if they deprive you of any rights or privilege, you use that to get them. You use that to go back and get them. Long as you got proof and you can show under your evidence how they deprive you of a right or privilege in the whole 9 yards, you use that to get them. You use that. It's real simple with the house. Real simple. Paid for the insurance. The insurance was paid for free and clear. That's how I paid for mine. But they was negligent in their actions. When I seen the injury occurring in the whole 9 yards, the insurance, they sent out their little soldier, his claims adjuster, right? It's filed in December. You don't show up until February. Tell me that's not a breach of your duty. Well, I can do what I want. You sure about that? This is how they treat us because we don't read. So you gotta sit back and read. All I do every day is read in law. That's it. I got their stuff. I'm going to hang them on their stuff. See, that's the good thing about the law enforcement deal, because the simple fact it taught me the process. You know what I'm saying? Which is bring about observation, information, report writing, along with rules, regulations, and laws, and then who, what, where, why, and how. You put that formula together. Then you go after them. Now you go after their powers. When I say you go after their powers, you go after their powers under their corporate compliance policy. What they're obligated to do. How they could play in the game. Because it's a game. You go after them for that. Now, when they breach their corporate compliance policy, then you start hanging them. That's when you hang them on their actions. Based on the fact, like the house. My neighbor's doing all this illegal activity, you're supposed to be issuing them summonses. No, let it rock. Let it rock. You're going to let it rock. You're going to let it rock and let it rock. You're going to let it rock and then let it rock. We don't give a damn. It's just him in there. All right, no problem. No problem. What was your job description again? What was you supposed to do under your job subscription? Yeah, Department of Buildings. You're supposed to issue summonses here. Yeah. So, like, you don't issue to the victim. You don't issue to the individuals that's causing it. You know? I'm just saying, I'm looking at this list right here. And how many people on this list, right, All right, now, how you doing, Katrina? How you doing, man? How many people on this list was wrapped up in that, in that bribery scam that they got caught up on? This is what you got to do. You got to blast these people for what they do in the whole 9 yards. It's not a black and white situation. It's the situation in the person and what you're supposed to do, what were you obligated to do under your signed contract agreement. You were employed by them. You were supposed to take care of this. You don't look the other way, or you want to line your pockets. All right, then it's a crime. Then you got to get it. No. You got to get it. No. There would be no, I'm just going to resign and that's it. No, you supposed to get it. You supposed to get it. You got people out here losing stuff in the whole 9 yards, and you forcing them into hardships because of your job. Then you're going to write these bogus summonses, and you got, what's that? The city coming at you with a Department of Finance. Where's my money? I got a phone. My boy Frankie Bedtimes bought me when I got in this situation up here, and they sent the bug in and zapped that phone. The funny thing about it, I got this girl. There was a person who came and helped me when he got me this phone. He came all the way up here and bought me this phone and paid for it for a year. And that's how I was getting y'all. Then, you know what I'm saying? He helped me out with that. But it's like, it kind of make me wonder. He was telling me everything that was going on about old boy and his illegal stuff. Because he was interested in my property. See, because it get to the point you get distressed in the whole 9 yards and that. But I signed on to be the debtor. Understand that. Once you sign on to be the debtor and you're responsible, game over, baby. Game is over. I don't even want to hear that. Do you understand about being debtor? Do you understand the banking? We need to be studying law. That's what we need to be studying. We need to be studying law and understand where we at in law. And with law, we can control business. If you understand from whence you came in the whole 9 yards, especially our people of color, you're not black, you're aboriginal. Black is a name they made up for you, all right, to keep you suppressed. You're not black, you're aboriginal. Okay? All right. I'm African descent. Okay, then, hey, rock it. But what are you when your people was already here? Before the Europeans. We're not even going to go in that class. All right? That's how it gets down. But yet and still, we're going to stay on the fact of this. How they did this. How they abused their powers and authority. Then issue a summons and then bringing and turning into their command. And then here goes Department of Department of Finances talking about, if you don't do this, we're going to hit you with that. We're going to take. How you going to take with a fraudulent contract? Yeah, it's a contract. They wrote it up, right? Yeah, anything you sign and write is a contract. Then you submit it. Then it becomes an instrument. All right? Key thing is, you're going to go to court? Let's go to the court. Straw man or the natural man, which is the stronger side. And the key is there any improprieties there? Is there any wrongdoings? What were you obligated to do under your signed contract agreement? Did you issue Part A? No, you didn't. Here's the sweet part. Here's the sweetest part. You could go to the property right now and it's still ongoing. Oh, he took down the little structure, the little building structure because somebody told. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because, you got to get the local politicians involved. Such as that local assemblyman, the local congressman, the district senator. You got to get those people involved. It's election time, baby. It's election time. Understand that. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do for your community, why are you voting for them? Why are you voting for? I get all of these blasts talk about, come register to vote for this and that and that. What are you doing for me in reference to me being in the injury? What are you doing? Especially when it's a city entity that caused the injury. Why? By gross negligence. And gross You got to understand this. Don't let them think they in charge of you. How is that when these people, let's get it right, They're supposed to represent you. They're supposed to represent you. See, because when anybody does a crime or anything illegal, they jump all over you, right? Take a red light, they issue you a summons. All right? Throw trash on the street, they issue you a summons. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, love? Don't clean in front of your house, they issue you a summons. They quick to issue a summons or a citation for revenue. But when it comes to you as an injured body or injured person, what are they doing? Especially if you wasn't the cause of the injury. What are you doing? As I always say, how's your paycheck cashing? Is it cashing on time? Then do your damn job. You don't want to do the job? Get up. They're being born every day. They're graduating every year. And they got it better. Why? Because they got this to learn with. If you got this to play with, you got this to learn with. And you can use this 24 hours. School is 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. I be laying up in the bed, sleeping the whole 9 yards, and just jump up out of my sleep because something come across my mind, and I get on the internet and I do what I got to do. I go hunt it down. My man is going through some stuff. I'm hunting down stuff for another state right now. From domestic violence, from unlawful detainment, for violation of his rights on his own property, and the whole 9 yards, abuse of authority, the whole 9. I said, tell him this, and that. And as he told his local authorities, they backed up like, whoa. I said, did you even let him know that you was a former law enforcement officer? He said, no. I said, let him know. Because when you let them know that, you let them know that you know what they doing. Now, get them on their powers. Get them on their powers. What they supposed to do? How they supposed to do it? You get them on that. They'll get you on anything, grab you and hold you there. You detain and hold you. On what? Was the crime committed? No. So what are you talking about? We need to learn how to control ourselves when we deal with these people in the whole 9 yards, not flip out and go ballistic, but yet hold them accountable to their actions. They are just people. Not all of them are bad. When I was a law enforcement officer, I'm not a bad law enforcement officer. If you did it wrong. You did it. And I'm just going to tell you, you're doing it wrong. This is what's up. This is what you putting yourself in jeopardy of. You know what I'm saying? This is what can happen to you. So fall back from that. You're subjecting yourself to. Now, when you want to continue, hey, you see the cameras up there that's recording me and you doing what you're doing? Yeah, I like the way the check was cashing. I'm going to do my job. Missed that check, but I'm going to get that. See how they broke all those rules, regulations, and laws? Which brings about that remedy, baby. That remedy. All over somebody's ego. They all took his side off his ego. I scared the hell out of you with a car. It's a car, you dummy. It's not. And you're doing it on the job. These people, I don't understand. You can't be playing around with in your job. It's just like going back to the house. Oh, man, I'm going to write him the summonses. You're going through this lot. Hey, dum-dum, when you took down the property and you put up the fence, all right, show me where's the opening in the fence. And remember, he built that little garage, that little gym, as y'all write it, right behind the fence, which was also illegal because it was a shed in front of the property. So, how did you get the vehicles on the property? And I own none of those vehicles. One of the vehicles, that little red and white truck, belongs to somebody down the block. But this is how your people get down with you, that you was rolling with in that. How they do their dirt with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you fall, they're going to keep kicking you. So you got to fight to get back up. And when you get back up, you know how to treat them. All those that turned their back on you. You know what I'm saying? The team still be hollering. The team still be hollering at times. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Abu. It's ugly, yo. It's ugly. I can laugh now. I'm feeling better now because I achieved my goal. And in achieving my goal, they sent me to this facility, you know, and it was on slow-mo. It was not on my level. But I went there, and as I'm there, we're talking, and he mentioned the instructor mentioned that he belonged to a club and that one of his members had passed away on a motorcycle. And I was like, really? One of my club members did too as well. So I was like, what club are you in? He said, I was like, oh, really? What chapter? Because I'm a high roller. Mother chapter. All right, Brooklyn, SUV. Yeah. Fat daddy, baby. Fat daddy. But see, they put me on slow-mo. That's okay. I went on slow-mo and used my brain. Now I'm coming back after you. 110%. 110%. Because you try to use the law against me. That means all those bullshit charges that you brought up to me for employment, which you violate your own corporate compliance and said laws, coming at you. As far as the Department of Buildings and their nonsense and filing all these fraudulent tickets, 29 tickets? 29 tickets you filed. All right, XL, I see you, baby. I see you. Why don't you jump in? That's my man XL. But yeah, 29 tickets you wrote? 29. Oh, we're going to write all these summonses and that, and we're going to make it get to an outrageous amount where he couldn't deal with it in the whole 9 yards. Not a problem. This is in the borough of Brooklyn, right? Yeah, you did write fraudulent summonses, right? Yeah. As a former law enforcement officer, since I know you broke the law, it seems like I got to contact the DA's office. If not the DA's office, the state attorney general. You know, in reference to your actions. Oh, I did contact DOI. I did. Hey, what's up, mama? I did contact DOI, Department of Investigations. You know, and they playing their little game. I'm not playing no game with you. What's up, mama? How you doing? I hope you're good. I'm not playing no games with you. All right? When these people start doing all this nonsense and that, get into DOI, Department of Investigations. If you can't get what's the other one? You could contact a number of watchdogs we got here. You got the city advocate. I contacted him, and he gave me the information. Got him on LinkedIn. What up, bro? What up, Coach? Coach Moore, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? I got into him, and he got me the people from DOI. You know, I understand the system is shut down, basically, but we still can communicate and get some type of understanding, get things going on in the proper perspective and what was caused, which was injury. Period. Both sides. See, y'all seen my posters when I put a poster and people be like, I don't want to read it because it's too long. You need to read it because the simple fact, when you read it, you get a better understanding of what happened, and then you can also get a better understanding that in the possibility that if it happens to you or somebody else you know, then you will have an idea. You'll have an understanding of what it is that these people do in violating of their corporate compliance policies and that, in violations of city, state, and federal laws. And that's the way they think it's city, state, and federal. Nope. Federal law is the Trump, baby. It's the Trump. What up, Lou? How you doing, baby? That's the Trump. You get the federal law. Since they're going to take and say, oh, it went past the statute of limitations on the city law, so basically we could just leave it there. Really? Under impropriety? Really? Under impropriety. All right, KH, what's going on, Kevin? How you doing? You need this Yankee hat? All right, I got to find it and get it, and I'll send it down there. No doubt. It's that high roller color, bud. It's that high roller color. But yeah, back into this, you know what I'm saying? We got to be accountable for our actions in the whole 9 yards in reference to what these people do to us in the whole 9. You know, truth be told, I was lost. I was drinking. You know, after all of that stuff, I got bombarded and I started drinking a lot in the whole 9 yards. Couldn't figure it out. Had to go to therapy and come off of that drinking thing and get my mind back. And as I was getting my mind back, these people were still sending these other individuals to try to mess you up. So I was at a facility in Harlem, and our own people cheat you real bad in the whole 9 yards. So I had this, I guess he thought he was a gorilla. Yeah, right, Pat? Right, what's his name? Parrish or something like that. What is it? He thought he was a gorilla. So you a gorilla, right? All right, no problem. I got you. Hey, mama, how you doing? So I said, you know what? Tell you what, he did it. I got tired. They violated me and had a brother stand outside and soil himself. You're there for the people, and you're gonna do this? No problem. Put the pen to the paper, and I went up the block. After I got cleaned up and all that, went up the block. Went to Adam Clay and Powell. Went up there to New York State Division of Human Rights, and then dropped that brick on them, and let them know that I also dropped the brick on about my employers, but they delayed it. I don't care. You can delay it. As long as I wrote it out, it's a contract. You got to deal with it in that time. See, on that contract, they delayed it 791 days. Did I write it up? Yeah. What was your guidelines that says that you're supposed to handle that within, at that time was 45 days, and you changed it to 60 days. Totally, you have 180 days to deal with it. How you going to make a decision 791 days later? 791 days later. Let's go where that goes. He did that so he could go past the whistleblower, the wrongful termination, which is 2 years to 3, right? And the whistleblower, right? That's what you did that for. So you said, we delay his process. Delay his process. We want to do that. So you did it. And you end up getting in bed with them. So you're dirty just like them. Wow. Violation of your corporate compliance policy, baby. Violation. And yes, I downloaded your corporate compliance policy. Yes. That's what I do. And I used it against you. And still going to continue to use it against you. Until y'all get to that redress. Till y'all get that redress and get to that remedy. Till you straighten that out. You don't straighten it out, we're going to keep on doing this. And the beautiful thing about this is anybody that watches this is going to learn it. Anybody that come and watch those videos, they're going to learn it. And guess what? That stops you from doing that ever again. What up now? How you doing, bro? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. To get you to stop doing what you do. What you did was vicious. Now let's look at the fact that how many people you did this to. Just imagine on either side of that fence, as far as the employer or the Department of Buildings, how many people you did this to. I'm not the first one. I'm not the only one. You done did this to a number of people. So that would bring about what? Cumulative effects? You know what I'm saying? Because like with my employer, he used to brag about doing over 50 people. You bragging about how you burning over 50 people? Yeah, I got over 50 people there. So imagine if each person had a family of 4. Just imagine. So that's 200 people. So now out of that 200 people, that family 4, they're now suffering and they're wondering where they're going to get their meal from or how their rent's going to be paid. Look at today. Okay? You got all these people out here worrying about where they're going and how they going to take care of themselves. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, damn, y'all going through that. I was already going through it because I was forced into injury. And you got to understand what it is. It is injury. I don't care if you're in the shelter system or whatever you want to call it. It's injury. How is injury? Is through an act or omission. All right? You think I'm playing? Number one thing you're supposed to be doing is dropping down Black's Law Dictionary. I show y'all all the time. Drop down Black's Law Dictionary. It would teach you the language and the legalese that you can use against them so that they can't pull that nonsense against you. They be like, nah, I ain't gonna mess with them. Huh? You think I'm playing? They go to app right there. Look at the girly girl. They go to app right there. I stay in that app. I live in that app. It's either that or the 48 Powers of Law, right? Or the 48 Laws of Power. And then, what is it? Art of War? I stay in that. You know what I'm saying? And we was looking for injury. Let me go into that. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm playing? I don't play with this. Boom, injury. There's the definition right there. It's backwards. But it says the act or omission. When one had a duty to act. Department of Buildings. When one had a duty to act. That is done by one person which causes damage or harm to another person. The injury may be physical, such as battery, or may be mental, such as defamation. A loss of a right to do something is an injury. Any questions? Come on now. All day, every day. All day, every day. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Every day. Every day. Every day. Like when people, they used to laugh in the beginning, like, you know, he posting that stuff in the whole 9 yards. You laughing, right? So what are you saying now? You're like, damn. Damn, you trapped him. Just think about that employee when he did what he did and thought he was getting over. He got fired. But now they got an answer for why did they keep him on. For all of them who violate their own corporate compliance. What's up now? How you doing? How you doing? They all violate their own corporate compliance policies. Okay? All the way up to the senior vice president who just happened to be in charge of Woodall at the time. All right? What does the EEO say? Oh, when y'all had the meeting with the union and all of that, and the human resources director was there, you didn't bring that up. Hey, dum-dum, when you're having a meeting with them in reference to the department, you're talking about department issues. You're not talking about individual issues. The individual issue is with you. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Just to explain something to me. Yeah, after I said he uses a vehicle in a threatening manner in the whole 9 yards, which was a crime, it's a Class A misdemeanor, and it's also a violation of traffic law. Why didn't you forward that over to the corporate compliance officer, who would then forward that information over, that complaint and information over to DOI for them to conduct the investigation? Yet you wrote in your rebuttal that you conduct an investigation. Please, 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 show me where you're allowed to do an investigation. Because under Mayor Order 16, Executive Order 16, no officer or employee are authorized to conduct an investigation. Come on now. Let's stick with the facts. We're not making this up. I ain't making up jack. I'm going to hang you on your own stuff. This is yours. What's up? What's up now? How you doing? I'm going to hang you on your own stuff. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. You violate your own corporate compliance policy. So sweet they had it. What was that? Page 14 of 49. Last paragraph, last sentence of your own corporate compliance policy under HAC. And then what did? They flipped the name because they know they were dirty. Tough hospitals. And then they wrote a new corporate compliance policy. I really don't care. That was in place back then. And then you get a parachute to go somewhere else. You were supposed to be terminated. Just like he was supposed to be terminated. What was that? 5.2.3? Termination of a probationary employee. But you let him rock. See, somebody told me, said that was because it was a bias incident. I'm not rocking with that. I'm not even picking that up, trying to say it was a Latino thing against people of color thing. Because we're all people of color. I don't care what you said. I'm not picking that up. What I will pick up is your actions and what you did. How you violated your corporate compliance policy. How you violated certain laws in the whole 9 yards. How you sent that information to the New York State Division of Human Rights in the whole 9 yards. And in reference to sending that, what was that? Offer instrument following or punishment instrument following with false written statement. Let's get it right. It was a punishment statement, right? Because you wrote your statement. Number 1, Class A. Then you filed it on the record. False written statement. Class subsection 75. Subsection 175. 30. Another Class A. Right? But when you filed it with New York State Division of Human Rights, that brings about agency to agency, right? Government to government, right? Yeah, so that would bring it up to 496.02, which is a Class A felony. I mean, a Class E felony. Come on, man. I'm going to stay on this. As far as Department of Buildings, you better make them summonses disappear. If you don't, I'm coming after you with those summonses. Each one of those fraudulent summonses in the whole 9 yards. And anybody else that's in that, I'm going to make them aware of how they can get you on these fraudulent actions. You got that individual still parking there. Still parking there. Still parking there. It's easy. It's easy. Let me show you how easy it is. Let me show you how easy it is. These kids got the most beautiful things in the world with these smart devices. Why? Bing. Bing. Go to Google Earth. Put in the address. Zoom right down. You don't want to do that? They got a street level. You can go right down the street. You don't want to do that? Get in the ride with somebody and roll by. You can do a video, or you can take click, take the pictures. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're doing here. And this is what you take to, let me go there. Because he's on my page, Eric Adams. How you doing, bro? Eric Adams, how you doing? Borough President. How you doing, bro? You know who this is. What's up with that? What's up with that illegal activity on that block? Come on, bro. They don't have a parking permit. They don't have no authorization to do that. Yet and still they have Department of Buildings issuing out fraudulent summonses. All right? They filing them on record. This is in Brooklyn. You're the borough president. How do we do this? I need to get my team up and have a sit down with you and the mayor in reference to this nonsense. Because there's some key people on the team that are professionals. Yeah. I remember the probationary employee, dirty director, was like, yo, he belongs to a gang. So really? This is a gang? Okay. They're all first responders as well. It's a gang. Firing. Trenton, firing, and all of that. We got school safety, we got police officers, different states in the whole 9 yards. They all a gang. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the player. Hate yourself. Like I said, Mr. Borough President, how you doing, sir? Can we get some assistance on this? Yeah, I'm gonna start to blow people up. It's like that, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm not gonna step out of line. We just need to know, why is it taking so long for this matter to be cleared up? 311 was contacted from 2000, I would say 11 or 12 on up. It's now 2020. From 2000 on up, 2012 on up, there's been complaints filed with Department with 311 in reference to this matter. Why wasn't something done? Look, my councilman was informed. Who's the new? What is it? The district assemblyman or district congressman was informed. You know, these people were informed. I'm gonna go there. Letitia James was informed when she was the advocate. Now she's state attorney general. She gave me a number to call, and it was like a dump. Nah, man, you guys got to do what you're supposed to do within your job description. Because when we, the regular people, mess up, y'all quick to come and get us and destroy our lives. Not today. Not now. I'm going to start coming after y'all like I'm going for office, and I'm not going for office. Period. But in reference to your accountability, what is that? Subsection 74 or is it 73? Under your oath for office. I'm not playing, yo. I'm not playing. You got judges and lawyers violating what's that? Judicial Code of Conduct under subsection 494. What's that? 487. Judicial Code of Conduct. Official misconduct by judges and attorneys, because the judge is really just an attorney in that, and they're violating their canons. I was just playing around doing the canon deal. I'm gonna post this later. You think I'm playing? It's homework, baby, all day. I'm not watching TV, watching nonsense. No. Let's do the homework, baby, all day. We go right here. Where that's at? Boom. Think I'm playing? This is what you call Rule 3.3. Conduct before a tribunal. Under that is the lawyers shall not knowingly make a false statement of fact or law to a tribunal, or fail to correct a false statement or material of material fact or law, all right, previously made to the tribunal by a lawyer. All right, we just gonna come out of that, because that right there, you get both lawyers in my situation, and we're gonna go to right here. Let's move up the chain. Oh, let's move right here. This is sweet. I like this. Just sit up. You got me sitting up just doing homework. This is sweet. And then I gotta make a video. Ready? We're gonna go to 8.3. This is all in Part 1200 Judicial Code of Conduct. In Part 1200 on the Rule 8.3. It's reporting professional misconduct. A lawyer who knows that another lawyer has committed a violation of the rules of professional conduct that raises a substantial question as to that lawyer's honesty, trustworthiness, or fitness as a lawyer shall report such knowledge to a tribunal or other authority empowered to investigate or act upon such violation. So the lawyer was using fraudulent stuff from the sergeants, right? The improprieties in that, right? Let's go further. Ooh, sweet. 8.4. Misconduct. A lawyer or a law firm shall not, violate or attempt to violate the rules of professional conduct. The rules of professional conduct. All right? Knowingly assist or induce another to do so, or to do such through the acts of another. That's A. Let's go to B. Engage in illegal conduct that adversely reflects on the lawyer's honesty, truthfulness, and fitness as a lawyer. So, you didn't tell on them, right? No. So, 8.4 misconduct. You're going to just go to B, but I got you on B, C, D, F, G, and H. Come on now. Oh, they just regular people. They don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to sit up here and do my homework, and I'm going to keep coming after you. So on that note, you know what time it is. The facts cannot be altered nor denied. Yo! Shout outs to Smooth. Happy birthday, bruh. Hey, Muffy. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for the lesson. And I'm going to keep on doing it. And I'm out. Peace.